What is up, you guys? JB Cars back, and today, you guys, I'm actually recording the intro after the fact that I did everything because I forgot to record an intro. But to introduce you guys to what is happening in this video, we're going to be going over how to complete the front and rear differential flush on the vehicle, getting some new diff fluid in. You should do this roughly every 50 or so thousand miles, I'm pretty sure. A lot of people say, you know, you don't have to do it for 100,000 or 150. You know, everyone has their set intervals, but I have not done mine yet since I've owned this vehicle. I know they were originally done at 50 or so thousand miles before I bought it. All the fluids were done, but now I'm just getting along to doing them again, just because, you know, the car is tuned, it gets a lot of stress and miles put on it, so it's a best case scenario to, you know, do some more preventative maintenance now, especially as well since I can do it all myself. The only one I am thinking about taking to a shop is the transfer case. That one I know you have to go in the ISTA and, you know, do reset adaptations and other stuff, so I might end up taking that to a shop. Also have the winter wheels out because I'm going to have to be putting them on later this week since we're now going to be getting snow. It is that time of year, so going to be taking the summers off. But yeah, guys, we're going to get into this tutorial. It basically applies to any G30 chassis BMW, so whether it's a 530, 530e, 540, M550 here, which is what we're doing it on, as well as I'm pretty sure the F90s are roughly the same. You'll have to double check me on the F90 being the same or not, but we're going to get right into the tutorial now, so enjoy. Alrighty, guys, first things first, we're going to get under here and we're going to jack the car up, put it on jack stands, make sure it's nice and secure. Make sure you break your wheel lug nuts before you get the wheel off the ground, makes it easy to remove. But once we have the wheel off, we're going to take off this inner fender liner here held in by some 8 mils, as well as there's 2 belly pans underneath, a metal and a plastic one held in by 8 and 10 mils as well. Alright, guys, now that we have the belly pan off and we have this pan off, there's our fill plug right there next to our diff. Is going to be, or next to our axle is going to be a 14 millimeter hex, which I'm going to get here in a sec. Make sure you guys have one of these extractor tools. You're going to need this to fill the diff up. And then also, guys, you're gonna need an extension for your 14 millimeter hex to get to the fill. And guys, remember, when you're going to do these flushes, especially on the front diff, because, you know, has a fill and a drain, the rear I think just has one overall plug. You need to make sure before you drain your oil that your fill plug breaks and opens up before you drain the oil. I don't know how many times I've seen people on forums or something happen where they go to do a diff fluid or transmission and they can't get their fill plug off and they've already drained the fluid, so you're going to be screwed if that fill plug cannot come off. So always make sure, guys, that you are doing the fill plug, breaking that fill plug loose first before making any attempt at all to drain your oil. So we're gonna break the fill plug now, and then I'm going to show you guys the next step after that. It will be draining the oil. And then also under here, guys, you're gonna have to take off this back metal belly pan, and that should be all you'll have to take off. I have the plastic one off as well because I'm gonna clean up all this coolant reservoir from my coolant leak that I had. But yeah, and then the drain plug is actually right there for the diff, and it's going to be a 14 millimeter hex. Alrighty, guys, now I'm getting under here. I'm gonna remove the fill plug. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze, especially trying to get a good camera angle. I did find a better one later, but as you see, we do have the fill plug off now. So now the next step will be to getting that drain plug off. Yeah, that fluid looks really dirty, guys. So good thing we're changing it right now. So that is another thing too, guys. You can reuse the old drain plug. It's not really advised to, but you absolutely could if you had to. And yeah, if you could see in this milk carton, it might be hard to see, but not as much fluid coming out. Just shows you how much we lost in that axle swap. So. Alright, as I'm letting the fluid drain here, now is a good time to go ahead, get your new fluid ready and get your syringe ready, as you're going to need to start filling up the diff once we put the drain plug back on. Alrighty guys, now that we have just about drained all the fluid, the next step we're going to do is we're going to take a shop rag here. We're just going to get a little bit of this excess off, and we're going to take our new drain plug and go ahead and put it on. There we go. And we're going to take our torque wrench and we're going to torque it to 45 Newton meters. All right, we're all set down here. And now heading back up top, we're going to start filling the diff with our syringe tool. We're going to fill the diff until it starts to overflow. It should take roughly a liter or just about near a liter. So you should use up just about your whole bottle that you get. And then once it starts pouring out of the side, we will then replace it with the new fill plug and then torque it down accordingly. All right, and there we go, guys. You can see that it is now dripping fluid, which means our diff is topped off. So now next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this new fill plug and I'm going to plug it up. Once again, I have my torque wrench set to 45 Newton meters. There we go, guys. Alrighty, guys, so now that we have the diff topped off, torqued both the fill and the drain plug, I'm gonna wipe off all this excess diff fluid that we got sitting on this outside diff, and then that's pretty much it, guys. That's how you do the diff service on the front of the M550. So we're gonna clean this up, and I'm gonna show you guys how to put everything back together. So with putting everything back together, it's basically the same thing in how we took it off. We're going to put this shield back right here, and then as well as the belly pans. I'm not putting them back yet because once again I said I was going to clean up all that coolant, but you guys would put those back essentially. You don't have to do nowhere near as much work in the rear. You guys will see coming up here. Alrighty guys, that sums up the front differential fluid exchange. We're now going to move to the rear. So I'm going to get the car up right now, and then we're going to move along to the rear and start doing the rear diff fluid now. Alrighty guys, now coming to the rear, we're going to jack our jack up onto the rear diff. So that is one of the three different access points you have on this vehicle, or jack points that you can use. We're going to use this one, and then we're going to put both of the jack stands on the two side rear mounting points just to hold the car up. And then once they're on that, guys, that's really all we have to do setup wise for the rear diff. All right, now that we are under it, guys, now we're going to break this drain plug slash fill plug, open her up. And now, you guys, we are going to go ahead, break that plug loose, but I knocked the GoPro over. And I did not notice this until I literally was about to start filling the diff, thankfully. But still, the camera sat like this, so I didn't really get a clear shot of me taking off the fill plug. So, yeah. Brother, I knocked the GoPro over. Alrighty, guys, now that I have the cap off, we're going to drain the old fluid. I found a little bit of a bendy pipe that I had laying around, able to hook it up to my syringe, so should make things a little bit smoother. So yeah, so once you guys have it open up, you're going to take your syringe tool. Hopefully you have a little bit of a bend in the pipe so you're able to get in there and suck all the fluid out. But yeah, it should be a pretty smooth process. Don't do what I'm about to do right here though. Holy, that was not good. So a good rule of thumb is to not keep pushing harder when pressure builds up in the tube, because then you get that, guys. Your tubing blows up and then you got to put it back together. So yeah. But anyways, guys, the rest of this process is pretty self-explanatory. You're just sucking out the rest of the old dirty fluid, and then you're going to fill it up until it overflows like the front diff. What was actually pretty nice is that the fill bottles that I got with gear oil from Liquid Moly, they actually have their own fill nozzles. As you see there, I'm able to just squeeze the bottle in and fill up the diff. And then once it overflows, we're just going to put the fill plug back on, torque it to the same spec as the front, and we're all set, guys. I'm going to also be linking this gear oil, this kit actually in FCP Euro. You can use it universally on all BMWs, not just the one specified on there. I've seen people use it across all models, all generations, so you guys are all safe to use it. All right, now our diff is overflowing, guys, which indicates that it's full, so we're going to put that fill plug back on. And then, guys, we're also going to torque this fill plug to 33 foot-pounds or 45 newton meters as well. All right, there we go, guys. All right, guys, so we have the diff all filled up and topped off. Spilled a little bit of oil over there that I'm gonna clean up momentarily, but yeah, guys, we got everything all cleaned up, all put back together. So next, I'm gonna clean this up real quick, and then gonna go ahead, put the car back down, and that's it, guys. That's how you change the rear diff fluid on this vehicle. Alrighty, you guys, that is it. That is how you change the front and the rear differential fluid on the G30 M550i. Pretty universal across all G30s, whether it's a 540, a 530, 530e, all of them have the same exact process, as well as I'm pretty sure F90 M5. So that is how you change those two fluids. They're pretty important fluids at the end of the day. It's best to change them at, I'm pretty sure every 50,000-ish miles or so. I'm a little overdue on mine. I was supposed to do it 100K. I'm at 128K at the moment, but it's all good. The rear fluid actually looked really good, way cleaner compared to the front. So good thing we got those all cleaned up. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and video. I still got to do the F30s. I got to do the 328D, and I got to do the 328i. I do got to replace an axle on the 328D, so I will probably be waiting to do that one until last. In the meantime, guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Hope you found it very informational on how to do this. So if you guys have any other questions, be sure to leave them down in the comments below, and I will, get back to as many as I possibly can. I try to help you guys out. I like to be DIYers and do your own maintenance. So yeah, there you go, guys. Only thing left I gotta do is transmission fluid, as well as the transfer case, which transfer case I might just take to a shop. Depends. I know you have to reset adaptations and stuff, so I'll look into it, but that is a pretty technical one. Same thing with transmission. My only concern with the transmission is the exhaust getting in the way, which I think I should be all right for, but also that might be another one I might take to a dealer or indie shop. So I will keep you guys posted on what I do with that, but in the meantime, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. JB Cars, I'm out, guys. Peace.